Hey guys, Xtian here and welcome to another video. Do you own an MSI B560 gaming motherboard? MSI is having a DDR4 memory overclocking competition for B560 users like you. Stay tuned in this video to know how to join and how to win amazing prizes. For more details, check out the link in the video description below. So what is this competition? For starters, the new B560 chipset now supports RAM overclocking, as the previous ones, such as B460 and below, only limits RAM speeds to either DDR4 2933 or DDR4 2666 frequency, depending on which processor is used. Simply means even though you got a higher frequency kit, it will still be run on the speeds aforementioned due to this limitation. And while RAM or memory overclocking can sound scary for many people, as there are several factors that are usually considered in order to achieve it, such as voltage, timings, and etc. There are some solutions there that give most users, even the ones with no knowledge of it, the option to obtain more performance by clicking some buttons, which I'll talk about in a minute. With that said, MSI is hosting its DDR4 memory overclocking competition for their B560 motherboard users, giving users not only the benefit of obtaining more performance from their hardware, as well as the chance to win some prizes. But before everything else, I'll be using some MSI components as well to demonstrate how this works. I have here the MSI B560 Mortar Wi-Fi as our motherboard, which features MSI Core Boost technology, Gen 4 support, 2.5G LAN, and a Wi-Fi 6E, premium design and connectivity options. We also have here the MSI's MPG CoreLiquid K240 AIO liquid cooler, which is a 240mm AIO which features a water block with a 2.4-inch LCD display, an Asetek 7th Gen pump with an embedded fan, evaporation-proof tubing, and MSI Torx fan 4.0 with ARGB lighting. We also have the MPG Sekira 100R case, which features a two-tone design with flash aluminum and tinted glass, with ARGB lighting accents as well, a top vent lid with magnetic dust filter, tempered glass window and screwless side panel, as well as wide clearance support. Also, we have the MSI's Optics Mag 274R, which is in my opinion a good esports monitor with an IPS panel, 144Hz refresh rate with 1 millisecond response time, and AMD FreeSync premium support, HDR ready, and highly adjustable stand. Finally, we also have a Intel Core i7-10700K as our CPU. For the graphics card, we have the MSI GeForce RTX 3070 Ventus 3X OC, MSI MPG A850GF 850W as a power supply, and more, which are shown here. So to join, of course, you need to own a MSI B560 motherboard. Register for an account in the MSI Member Center. Download CPU Z to validate, and start setting up things in the BIOS. But why should I do that? Of course, you'll gain more performance just by increasing your RAM speeds, not just in games, but also for everything else that involves memory processing, which I assume are almost all applications and processes running in your PC, ineffectively increasing memory bandwidth as well, enabling your computer to handle everything much faster than before. So how am I supposed to do that? It's very simple. Head on to the motherboard's BIOS by hitting either F2 or delete button, or whatever key your BIOS is set at. These two are the most common. In this particular motherboard, it's the delete key. Next, head on by clicking the advanced mode on the screen, or F7. Then go to OC mode. There, you'll see many options related to overclocking, but we'll only touch a few of them, so don't worry. You might want to try the easiest one first by clicking the XMP profile 1 or 2 on the game boost section above, which will set the manufacturer specified overclock profile on your memory, which is safer in most cases, and is usual what your memory kit is rated for. For example, our memory kit here is rated at 3000 MHz. However, we have this competition regarding overclocking, so we'll have to push the memory speeds a bit further, so we'll stay away from just XMP overclocking and do something else, since there are so many parameters that can be changed if you'll do it manually. We'll just demonstrate how to do it by using MSI's memory try it function, which can be found on the OC page in the BIOS as well. Here, we have several frequencies and timings listed, which you can set as reference point. Our objective is to find the best and stable configuration that we can set without it failing to boot or crashing after stress. So be realistic when picking one. In our case, after much trial and error, we've settled with DDR4 3200CL16, the second one. Don't worry that much if you think you set the wrong frequency or timings, as a warning will be shown prior to booting that your memory overclock has failed and you have to set another one. If you want to change the timings in order to reduce latency furthermore and improve performance even further, head on to the Advanced DRAM Configuration section, and there, you should adjust the timings. You can see the main timing and the sub-timing parameters as well. Here, you can use a RAM timing calculator or similar tool to get the best values you can put there. Now, after all of that, test your memory stability by running some apps, such as Cinebench, Benchmark, or even some games. If it doesn't crash after some time, it's now time to show your results. Here's where the CPU-Z will enter. Open 4 instances of CPU-Z. Then have these 4 windows open on each: CPU, mainboard, memory, and SPD. And then screenshot all 4 windows. Save it for later as you'll need it when submitting your entry. Then click Validate on the CPU-Z app. Get the URL and save it for later as well. You'll also need it when submitting your entry. Then head on to this page, link in the video description. Fill out the form and then submit. Winners will be the top 3 scorers with the highest frequency and the much lower CL latency value will win. Of course, terms and conditions apply. This promo is also running from July 1 to July 31, 2021. So here's our PC and some samples of the game and synthetic benchmark in order to see the difference between keeping your memory on stock speeds and overclocked.